Hey y'all, it's Heather. I'm in the kitchen. Surprise, surprise. And I have a few things that I need to take care of today. I am going to cut up some apples to freeze dry. These are just getting past their prime, but they're still edible, but I like a really crisp apple. So if they start getting a little mushy, you've got to get rid of them. And instead of just cutting them up, making like apple scrap vinegar, apple cider vinegar, whatever you want to call it, I will freeze dry what I can and save the rest for vinegars. So that's what I'm starting off doing in here. And I have a couple other things to do. We might get that on video. We might not. We'll see how it goes. I got this apple slicer from Amazon a couple years ago. It has all kind of different little attachments. So it's not really an apple slicer. I guess it's a slicer. And I really liked it. I will cut these a little smaller because they're pretty chunky. They'll freeze dry a lot faster if I cut them. I bought this before I had my KitchenAid attachment. Since I didn't have so many apples, I didn't pull that out to get that all dirtied up. And I've never really sliced the apples in that anyway. Slice those, no problem. You can cut them by hand, but I'll be honest, the older I get, the more things like that really do bother my hands. So I skip that if I can. That was so easy. And you could put these in a little bit of lemon water or citric acid or something to keep them from turning brown. But I'm really not worried about that. They might turn a little brown. I'm okay with that. Some of these I cut 2 times, some 3 times, just whatever I wanted to do. And I'm putting these little pizza saver things in between my trays. They do sell something that you can buy, probably from Harvest Right or somewhere else specifically for that, but I think I got 100 of those for a couple dollars and they work perfect. What I'm gonna do is go put this in the freezer and let them freeze completely, and then I'll put them in my freeze dryer. Before I move on to my apple scrap vinegar, I'm going to put some bones on. I should have did that to start with, and I would have if I would have been all by myself. But as soon as I bring somebody in the kitchen with me, I don't think as clearly as I normally would. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get those bones going. I had not planned on doing bones today because I like to have more than that at a time. But I was going through my freezers and I ran across these. The seal had broken on them, so I have to do something with them. I'm going to put some water over these. I'm going to let those bones start boiling a little bit while I do some other things. Okay, so I just added some filtered water, a splash of apple cider vinegar, and I have 1/8 of a cup of sugar. Then I'm going to put my apple scraps in here. I wouldn't bother cutting them, but now that I'm looking at them, I'm wondering, are they going to fit in this jar? Ooh, yeah, glad I cut them. Oh, you can't see anything. I'm going to top this off with water. I'm going to put a coffee filter with a rubber band. And I will leave this on my counter for 2 weeks, right here where I can see it, keep an eye on it, mess with it, stir it, whatever I want to do to it. And then I will strain it and cover it again and then let it sit for a couple months. I won't let it sit here for a couple months. I'll move it over there with all my other strange little percolating science experiments. Now I'm going to clean this up and do something else. I have this rosemary that I got off my rosemary plant this week and I freeze dried it. Might have been last week. I don't know, but I freeze dried it. It smells so good. I'm going to save some possibly for the spice cabinet, but I want to make an oil to add to my shampoo bar when I make it, and I also need some more tincture. So for the tincture, I want to make it in this pint size jar. I hope this is on. Damn it. All right, we're back at it. So I am going to make a tincture in this size. So I'm just putting my dried rosemary in here. And I think I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way full. And I'm going to use this 100 proof vodka because that's what I bought the last time I went. Sometimes I only have 80 proof and I'm fine with that too. Just going to fill it up pretty full. Cover it and label it rosemary 100 proof vodka and the date. That way I'll know how long it's been sitting when I get ready to strain it. I'm gonna save some for my spice rack. Is that what you call it? Spice rack? I don't know. I'm gonna put this with spices that I use. I'm gonna fill this up with oil. I am using olive oil because I use olive oil in my soap. So when I go to put the amount of olive oil that I want, I'll just replace it with this infused oil once it's ready. I'm really excited because I've been wanting to do this but haven't. So I've just been putting some rosemary essential oil. But I think this is going to be so much better. And then same thing, I marked it rosemary oil, olive oil with the date. I'll show you what I do with this. I don't just put this on a shelf. I have something that I put it in that has a little bit of heat on it. So it helps it work better with the oil, I think. I'm going to clean this mess up, then come back and do something else. I just put mine in this old cooler. And I will probably go ahead and infuse some other types of oil this week while I have it running. I just have a seed heating mat in there. And I put the lid on it. Then I have this little thing. It keeps it about 108. I just turned it on so it's not, you know, up to temp yet. But yep, that's set up. And then I'll just push it back in this closet. My bones have finished. I just boil them a little bit. It does take what I think is toxins, whatever you would want to call them. The bones have boiled for just a little bit of time. I cut them off. I was in the middle of doing something and couldn't get them out, which is fine. I'm going to put them on my pan here and just let them brown in the oven. And I put it on about 400 and we'll just come back to it in, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And now I'm gonna work on some kombucha. I'm gonna steep 2 tablespoons of this loose leaf tea in a little water. This is some kombucha that I have brewing. I'm definitely not a kombucha expert. So I got this SCOBY off of Etsy. This is the tea I got. I found that on Amazon. I think it's a mixture of black and green tea. It is. It's organic black and green tea. We're gonna need 1 cup of sugar. Just gonna put it right down in the jug that I am going to put the kombucha in. That's boiling, so I am going to take it off the heat, add 2 tablespoons of this tea, and we're gonna let that steep for 10 minutes. While I'm waiting on that to percolate, I'm gonna take the SCOBY out. That's the new one. Ooh, this one, it's gotten a bit bigger. That's the original one. So this is my original one. This is what I'm gonna put in my gallon jar because it's bigger, so I think that's gonna be better. And this is the new one. Oops, I can give that to somebody or start a SCOBY hotel. While I'm waiting on my tea, I'm gonna check on my sauerkraut. This is the first time that I've made sauerkraut and I'm not sure how it's going. Mine has this white film on the top, which I've read is supposed to be fine. If y'all know something different, tell me. I'm not eating it right now. I'm still letting it ferment. It's only been about a week, but it said just to take it off, but I can't seem to get it all off. Yeah, so I've just been letting it sit there, and once that white film gets on top, I try to get it all off, but then it breaks up. So I don't know, I guess I'm doing it the right way. Anyway, if you know anything about the white stuff on top, do tell me. It's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to strain my tea. I'm gonna add cool water. You're not supposed to put your SCOBY in hot water. I'm gonna add a cup of my starter kombucha. I think I'm gonna add a little extra just in case. And this feels very room temperature, so I am going to add my SCOBY. Yeah. And then I'm gonna top this off with water. Covered it with a coffee filter, rubber band. This is my leftover kombucha. I am going to put this new SCOBY back down in here. Okay, bones, I'm gonna put them in my roaster, cover them with water, and get them cooking back there. I run it in my laundry room, so I'll cover the bones with water back there because I don't want to carry it with water back there. And I would like to have way more bones than this to do bone broth, but these needed doing because they were not sealed. So that's what's happening today. Okay, well, that was my mid-morning chores. I think I started about 11 and it's about 1:30 now. Those were just some things that I wanted to do today, so I thought I'd bring y'all along. This is just things I do. This is the way that I do them, and that doesn't mean it's the right way, doesn't mean it's the wrong way, but it's my way. So hopefully it'll help you. If you found some value in this video, consider subscribing, commenting, liking. All those things help us here. We want to grow, but we can't do it without you. Thanks so much for watching, and see y'all next time.